Welcome back, everybody. It has been a minute. Actually, I really hate it when people say that. It's been a while. So, what has been going on? What have I been up to? And is it worth putting on here? Sure, why not? I've seen worse things put on here, so. All right, so what I did was I think I said I was going to just likely throw together some nightstands and get rid of the ones that we had. And well, the nightstands are gone. The glass table things. Did I build anything? No. Did my laziness kick in and I just went out and bought some? Yeah, that's what happened. So there went that episode for any content or whatever you want to say. Also, there's been a visitor here that was just around a lot. And I'm not the most comfortable person doing this in front of a camera anyway. So to have like somebody around that would see me doing this, I'd probably feel like an idiot. I don't know. I kind of like to do these things either with my wife or on my own, I don't really want an audience. So there was that. And then there was also health issues, medical things going on with my mom. So this had to take a back seat over the other reasons. And at this point in time, my mom is still not home. She is going to be fine. Going to take some time. So, I'm not going to go into detail on that because that's personal. So I'm not going to do that. But I did do things. I did some stuff to the truck that I will show you in just a moment here. And just kind of give you guys yet another update video. And I'm sure you're probably getting kind of tired of seeing those, but hey. My content is basically, it's out of my own pocket. I got to buy these things and do this stuff. So the money from my job is not substantial by any means. So, what I've done to the truck, I think I might have mentioned this, and I'd have to go back and check, but I don't know if I did. But I wanted to put running boards on it. Easier for a guy like me to get up on that, get up into it. And that's what I did. I got these things through Temu, but it is local. It wasn't something that came from overseas. I didn't realize that there were local businesses affiliated with Temu. So that's pretty nifty because I ended up getting these like really early. The other thing I did was I got these similar to a rocker panel slip covers. And what it is this here, and it kind of goes down here, wraps around the cab corner. So all that crap I had put on here, I had to take off. This I'm going to deal with at some point. I don't know when. Hopefully before it gets too cold out. But they go all the way up. They wrap way underneath here, which is really neat. come out here, and this is where the second part starts. So that back one is one, and the front is another. And they come up here, and still, yep, they wrap around and go underneath here. And the weather stripping was original. I took that off, and the holes were there. You just got to pre-drill. They were fine on the front ones, but the back ones, it was way off. So I had to deal with that. Oddly enough, if you look here, you can see that there's a support there and one there. The kit came with 3. Notice that on the driver or the passenger side. Coming around to the driver's side, there's 1, there's 2, and then there's a third one right there. I added that one. The kit came with 6. The truck only needed 2. But on the driver's side, I put the third one because I'm a big guy. And the second I stepped on that thing with just 2 supports, it was bending. So, those are the 2 additions that I've done to the vehicle. Yeah, I kind of wish I would have been able to, record that, show you guys how it's done. The running boards took all of an hour, maybe. It is really, really simple to put these things on. I thought it would be a lot harder. Even when I had to add that other one, the provisions weren't there for a third. So I used the infamous self-tappers. And the biggest that I could get my hands on at work anyway. And it's working, so I'm kind of impressed. I also did add mud flaps. Most people tend to take them off of their vehicles, but these are so-called universal, and yep, self-tapped again. The kit came with like push pins, so I probably could pull those out and use the push pins, but I gotta be honest with you guys, I can't foresee these holding on because they're not even rubber. They're like a hard plastic. So I don't think those are gonna hold on for too long. And yeah. And as you can tell in the background, it's fall. So it's getting colder, and a lot of these outdoor activities are going to come to a halt. So I don't know. I'm kind of digging into why I get this P0420 code on the truck, and it's got to do with catalytic converter not functioning at efficient levels, which that code will end up popping up once you lose about 5% on the efficiency anyway. So I watched a boatload of videos on can you kind of fix that problem, and people were saying, oh yeah, you can do this, you can clean those catalytic converters out. And I don't want to take mine off, and I will get to why that is in a moment here. But some people can take them off, clean them up in like hot soapy water or some sort of chemical stuff, and put them back in, and the code goes away, and that's cool. People are saying that you could use your seafoam in a chemical called cataclean, But Cataclean, you got to have only like 4 gallons of gas in your vehicle and run it pretty hard for like 15 miles and fill up and go from there and see what happens with it. But I didn't do that. I had like over half a tank of gas in this thing, and that's like a 25-gallon tank. Put that in anyway, and I put 2 bottles of Seafoam High Mileage Edition, if you want to call it that. And the code is still there. It's still pending. It hasn't popped the light back on yet, but the stuff hasn't been in there that long. Supposedly that'll go through the exhaust system and can break up any deposits or carbon buildup on the inside of the catalytic converter. We'll see. If it doesn't, cutting them out. Don't really want to do that, because then that engine light's going to be on all the time. There's also supposedly this oxygen sensor, what do you call it, like a shim or something? Can't remember what they actually call it, but it kind of pulls the sensor out of the exhaust a little bit more, so it's not in direct line with all the exhaust going through. It's away from it a bit. A spacer, that's what it's called. And it will trick the computer into thinking everything's fine and turn off the alarm, or not the alarm, but the light. So I mean, that's putting a bigger band-aid on a situation that's just going to get worse. And I like to have the early notification anyway that, okay, something's going on. Not wait till the thing is so plugged up that it totally affects the way the motor runs and all that good stuff. But anyway, going off on a rant here. I don't know if walking around you notice I still have the hard tonneau cover on there. I do want it gone. I kind of want it not there. A part of me has actually grown used to it being there. I've hauled some stuff with it on there. I don't know, they aren't big things, like those end tables I bought, and a chair, a recliner that I bought for my mom. That hauled just fine with that on there. So the only thing I'm not looking forward to is, I know the winter it's going to be a pain. That snow will just accumulate on there, and that's just not something I really want to go around and have to push off with shovels and brooms and crap, but we'll see. I'm just going to kind of leave this video short. I just wanted something quick for you guys to understand where I've been and what I'm doing and what I'm dealing with. When am I going to have another one out? I don't know. Today is like, what, the 21st? I believe. Yeah, it's October 21st. And what I was doing for a little while there was scheduling the upload. So I'd record on a weekend and have it scheduled to upload the following weekend. And that gave me time to get things, it gave me a week to get things going and to do the editing. Believe it or not, prior to that, like I'll be doing today, I basically would record it, edit it as quickly as I could, and upload it the same day. And I really liked how, giving it a week, it was helpful. Didn't feel like I was rushing, but keeping this brief, like I said I was going to, and then I just keep rambling. But I enjoy doing this still, and I will get back to this ASAP. What and when, not 100% sure yet, but I did actually open the hood on that thing today and saw how open and simple it would be to change those spark plugs. I don't know if that's content worthy. I've done like 2 or 3 of those already, and this one, it's different. Everything's way out in the open. I mean, it's crazy out in the open. It's almost like a Hemi, the way it's almost like they're part of the head. In the head, it's kind of weird, but so anyway, family will always come first, always. So I got to make sure that my mom is going to be, good to go and back home where she belongs and healing. So if I find something or come up with something that I feel would be kind of interesting, then I will deal with that at that time. So, alright guys, sorry that this wasn't anything spectacular. See you soon.